Hello, my name's Barry. Welcome to Christianity Explained. Today, we're going to tackle a very tough topic. Uh, about 3 months ago, on October of last year, Alan Parr left what is probably a very emotionally tough video for him to cover. Can't say I blame him. Now, for those of you who don't know who Alan Parr is, and that is a distinct possibility, Alan is a very popular Christian YouTuber. He His primary focus is often teaching the Bible and teaching what he feels is good Christian theology, biblical theology. And I have watched some of his videos in the past. Now, I'm a little more on the charismatic side. I'm not sure where he is. Uh, so, however, when I saw this video that was originally covered by Aaron, another fellow YouTuber, I thought, you know what? I think we need to talk about what Aaron is saying. Without further ado, I will bring up the video and we'll listen to Aaron. I have him set to 1.25 to speed up the video. It's short, and I'll respond.
All in all, I'm pumped. I'm super excited about some aspects of what we're doing. Super excited about.
He's beginning to talk about the ministry he's doing. I'd love to hear, so you can hear what's going on.
The future, the vision. I'm not quite ready to reveal it publicly right now in terms of everything that we're doing, but rest assured that we are working behind the scenes to create some amazing learning opportunities for you that I'm extremely excited about. But as it relates to YouTube, I have my days. If I'm being honest, I have my days where I wonder how much longer I'm going to be on YouTube. I have my days where I say I don't even want to be on YouTube anymore, if I'm being honest.
The reason for that, he's going to touch on it, and I'll build on it a little later.
And let me explain why. Let me take you just my own thought pattern here. When I got on YouTube August 17, 2015, 9 years ago, for the first 5 or 6 years, our channel really grew, and I was able to put out biblical content that was just theologically accurate, biblical content, strong content. And, you know, we grew our ministry exponentially during that time because it felt like there was a group of people that were really, really hungry for biblical truth, theology, apologetics, answering questions about the Bible, about faith. And people were hungry about that. And then along came, you know, a lot of new YouTubers, which I love and respect deeply. But the landscape on YouTube has significantly changed to where what YouTube's algorithm is promoting.
Now, if I recall correctly, you said it started in 2015, 5 years later, 2020, COVID, and suddenly, oh yeah, he's not kidding.
And preferring now is shocking and negative content, conspiracy theory, or I don't know. I need to be careful here, but it seems to promote that, right? If I can put something that's so shocking out, or if I can just do a reaction video where I'm just sitting behind a chair reacting to something, that seems to be what YouTube is promoting. And it's largely because that seems to be what people are wanting. And so there are days when I get very discouraged because I'm like, God, I am trying my best here to stay true to being a teacher of your word and staying true to the vision that you've given me. But it just doesn't seem like enough people on YouTube are even interested in that anymore. They would rather watch. I mean, like I did a video not too long ago about the beware of Taylor Swift, and it's got like 400,000 views. Imagine if I did that every week, right?
And to be fair to Alan, he's not the only one who's running into this. I'll expound later.
Stuff on Taylor Swift and different people. I mean, yeah, it was a good video, and I enjoyed doing it. But for me, I feel like what you and all Christians need to grow spiritually more than anything is solid biblical truth and sound theology. I will be committed to that till the day I die. But unfortunately, nowadays, like, I put out a video and that may or may not get the reach. Now, please don't misunderstand. I'm not doing this just to get views. If I were, I'd be doing Taylor Swift every week. All right. So I know how to do it. I know what to do for the algorithm to get it to blow up because I've done it before. I just don't want to. And there are days, if I'm being honest, where I get very discouraged when I work so hard. My team and I work so hard to put out what we feel like is a great piece of content, and it doesn't perform to the level that we hope it would perform. Now, some of you are like, well, hey man, 60,000 views. You should be happy with that. Yeah, I am happy with that. But my fleshly nature says 1.2 million subscribers and 60,000 views. Man, where's the rest of where's the other 1.15? Did I do the math right? Where's the other 1.1 million people? Right? Like, where are they? Do they not care anymore? So I'm just being honest. I'm just opening up to you about where I am mentally and how I feel about YouTube at this point. Another thing is that I feel sometimes like I'm just burnt.
Yeah. Okay. As I said, I could actually understand exactly what Alan is talking about. I've gone through my own burnout and period of frustration back in my blogging days. In fact, that's why I walked away from it. And because it was so frustrating, you're putting out content and you're wondering, like, gee, is anybody watching? What are they wanting? Heck, I can still recall feeling so frustrated. I said, gee, what do I have to do? Put up. Oh, but that's how frustrated I was because it seemed like nobody wanted to. So, yes, Alan, if you're watching, believe it or not, I've been doing content. I put up old websites from back in 2000, did blogging in 2009 for like so many years. Yes, bro, I hear ya. I hear you, bro. We might have somewhat different theology, but still serve the same Lord. But I get you because it is frustrating. So what happened? Well, Alan was one of the early YouTubers who, for the Christian space, there were some smattering here and there, but nobody was being consistent in that arena. I was still doing blogs, so I didn't have YouTube on my radar. Suddenly, COVID hit. If I'm doing my math right, and all of a sudden, the floodgate came in because suddenly everybody had this dream. Ooh, I wanna. Unfortunately, people took the wrong approach, a very fleshly approach, and thought that, oh, gee, the only way I'm going to get people to do if I do something shocking. And so, yeah, I get it. Because for a lot of these Christian YouTubers who were new coming to the field, they never did some homework. I took a history lesson because it's actually not new. The wild, wild west of YouTube, which I didn't really get to participate in, had already happened. The gotta get that quick and all that. So yeah, I've seen it on YouTube and everything. But unfortunately, people really don't know. And it's like, yike. So when Alan is saying it's very real. In fact, I do put up some Bible teaching videos of my own. Maybe not quite on the same par as Alan Parr, pardon the pun, my dear Alan, but he's not the only one. Faith, Faith Womack and others are having exactly the same problem with straight Bible teaching. But instead, have we do have to do like response videos or react to something. And hopefully, and I think there's only a few people. And I realize some of you guys may not always like it, but Chris Roseborough seemed to, and his son, Joshua, who he's the guy who did the funny voice and come up with the colorful thumbnails. He seems to be doing teaching to reacting. What if you agree with it? I will not. I try to do something, but not quite on that level. Why? Because people, let's face it. Okay, let's stop pretending. I know that, oh, everybody's somehow full. We are drawn to draw. We are drawn to those things. And unfortunately, that's what's going on. People aren't. But there's another problem. And I think, and I'm seeing that even with people who I actually consider, sorry, Alan, but I haven't seen it. Like, I noticed Chris Roseborough, and I'm using him to illustrate a point. I go to his church channel where he's talking to that. He teaches very differently. And I'm like, wow, this is the Chris I wanted to see. Not the. Well, why? Because when you talk to a local body in a church, you have to teach and talk differently. On YouTube, you're talking to what you're hoping is a perceived audience, but you have a totally different dynamic. People are drawn to certain things and interest. I don't, and it seems like people don't want, well, actually, they do want to be taught, but only in certain circumstances. Like if I want to listen to a good exegetical teaching on Acts or some, I'll go to a pastor's YouTube, not to a pastor's YouTube channel, but to a church uh, where, okay, I'm going to expect this. And this is why I'm picking on Chris Roseborough. When I go to his church YouTube channel, I am expecting exegetical teaching and some elaboration, a little bit of color and flair, no problem. Same thing with Keith Foskey, who is a popular Christian YouTuber. He's the host of Your Calvinist, the conversation with a Calvinist. Guess what? If I go to his church, I expect one type, but if I go to his main channel, I'm gonna get a different channel content. I'm gonna get the comedic or the fun stuff and occasional teaching if I'm interested in it. That's what we're drawn to with YouTube, and that's the problem. And I would encourage my brothers and sisters in Christ, including Alan, to think about that uh, because that may be part of the problem. Because when it comes to YouTube, it's like, okay, where am I? I know people are coming here. They like my reaction. They like it when I respond to certain thing, especially things emotion like, yeah, great, I get it. And tell you the truth, I was actually frustrated with the with my Bible teacher. I'm like, what's wrong? I'm like, is it because I'm not a pastor or something? Or people thinking that I'm what? But in reality, no. It's just that people have a different expectation on a person on a YouTube channel like Christianity Explained or Fighting for the Faith with the Beat or anything like that. They have a different expectation and for things like that. They want you to respond to certain things that is of interest to them. And And I suspect that might be what's going on with a lot of my friends who are in the YouTube space. There is a reason. Uh, Corey Minor is a good example, but don't let don't let that bald-headed charmer fool you. There's a reason he's popular. It's probably because not just because he's giving seminary style teaching. It's his personality. It's his methodology, and he likes to add it, but not but in a good way. He does it in a way that's entertaining. Plus, he does uh, a thing every Friday, whenever, especially when he can, where he says, "Hey, prove me wrong. You got Bible question? Call me." And he does that every week. In fact, I think it's also popular because YouTubers like me can say, "Okay, hey, I got a question." Or in some case, I had a topic I wanted to use his help with doing because it was impossible for me to get. You're a small creator, that's a good way to do. Hey, Alan, if you're reviewing this, you might want to look at that idea and not just what Mike Winger is doing. I heard what Aaron said. Ooh, if you need to know, he uses StreamYard or actually he uses Emac. I forget what he uses. Uh, I have a totally different setup than him. Same principle. And he gets good engagement on it. And yes, like you, Chris, sorry, Corey had to pick on some controversial topic. That's why he's doing it. Plus, he's cranking out videos like, ay, ay, ay. Mm. But if you had his situation, yeah, you would too. But seriously, guys, I want to hear. I want to hear what you're saying. What's your thoughts on this situation? And yes, I want to encourage you, if you're willing, to pray for Alan. He still needs prayer. He still has a lot to deal with his channel. Bless him with prayer and thought. All right. Hey, I want to thank you for your time. Hope you have a blessed day. See ya when I see ya.